Hi all. Today this video is the last on the transaxle. Alright, here I'm using my magical elixir to highlight low areas on the transaxle. And you can see there is some dirt and dust where the tires flung it up onto the rear diffuser. And these cars did kind of go off-road in the corners, especially Corvette and other ones, but you didn't see Porsche do it much. Damn Germans. Anyway, so they were muddy. You had mud from people going off-road because it rained there, and you had mud, or you had tire debris, you had oil, antifreeze, let alone anything else that could fall on that track. Now you can kind of see it. I don't have it all done yet, just was showing you what it looked like. Now I'm making the top A arms. These are just lightly sketched out. Oops. Actually very tongue-in-cheek. I just kind of got it off the size of the bottom one, and I knew where they mounted on the real one. I downloaded a transaxle rear for a C7 Corvette. I downloaded a transaxle and all that for sale. Naturally, I didn't buy it. That would have been stupid. I don't own a vet. But anyway, didn't know what it looked like. Now, is this what them look like? I don't know. But Chevrolet was trying to keep it as close to the original car as they could and still be competitive. I kind of want it the same look, obviously, duh. But since one's on the left and one's on the right, you ain't able to see it from top view. It just has to be close. I know that ain't very modeler of me, but hey. You wouldn't believe how many Daytona races I had to watch of this car to make sure that the decals are correct for the year, or for the race. They are very correct. There's decals they did not supply that they should have, but they're not like the logos and that. It's stuff that they should have thought of or seen and just didn't think of, or whatever. I don't know. I'll point that out here some other video here shortly. Since these A-arms are cast aluminum, some sort of alloy, I decided to put a detail on the top of the arm that was totally not needed. You can't see it because the wheels are very big in the fender well. I didn't glue the wheels on. I can pull them off so you can see it, but it just, you can't see the A-arms at all. So that was a venture in stupidity or wasted time. For some reason, I think I had some junk on it. I don't know. Obviously, I'm cleaning them off with some Tester's enamel thinner. So that's what I use it for anymore, since I'm not using enamels anymore. Then I washed it with alcohol to get rid of the petroleum product. As you can see here, I have the upper bushings, or the A-arms connected to the bushings, and that, there that is. That item I just put in front of the screen is the sway bar mounts that mount on the bottom of the tranny and goes to the wheel. Keeps the car level and cornering. I bet they had like a 2-inch sway bar and then dang things. I drilled a hole in them to accept about an 1/8 inch solder I had, and I bent that to shape. I put that on, and then I put that in there. I painted all the things first, then put it in there. Yes, I had to move them over, so I do the spot where the tweezers were. Always double check, see if there's a place I missed. Sometimes you don't make it. I love this chrome paint of that brand. That's really nice stuff. In the bottom there, in the middle of the screen, is the sway bar. And no, I didn't do anything special because it actually disappeared under the car. I couldn't even see where it was attached. What I'm working on now is the linkages that go, and also the upper A-arm that goes to the wheel, There's two linkages there. Funny thing about it is I was photographed when I was taking pictures and all this. I didn't notice that one of the linkages fell off, and I found it later and I glued it on. Well, I don't have no pictures of it because it's so hard to get a photograph of. That's when I noticed it. Is on this photograph you'll see here at the end of the rear end. I also, which I found out I didn't have a film of, I must have forgot to do it or didn't push the start button or something. I made the rear radiator, and you'll see that in the film also. The rear radiator and a 7-bladed cooling fan. I made that. They're very easy to make. If you guys want to see how it's done, I can do that. Just say so in the comments. These are going to be the sway bars. And I thought, I'll try this idea. No, that sucks. They were too big. So I'm using a leather punch. Those are really nice. For certain scales, they're really, really nice for punching out in any size plastic you got. Even leather, believe it or not. I'm poking them out. They get stuck in there just like the leather does. You got to poke them out. Notice I have a brass rod because that one's so small. And I think, if I remember right, that I thought, oh, these are too big around, so I went to the next size smaller. Once I dumped them, I thought the smaller ones would look better. Instead of a set of dumbbells or a huge lollipop, I went with smaller. Please like and subscribe, and that I got some really interesting stuff coming up after this car. I'm currently doing an aircraft, which is only taking me about a month. That ain't gonna take long to finish that. But my next project is going to be a lengthy and interesting one. I'm really kind of stoked for it. It's a conversion of a Corvette, believe it or not. You'll see. Well, it's about the end of this one. The next one will be on the motor, and that I didn't do anything with the motor as far as do anything trick or anything, but I did do a lot of the plumbing for it. So you might find that interesting.